I know you're probably expecting some stupid guru with a nice fancy camera and a nice background and a Rolex watch to tell you what the best sales script is, but you know damn well that it's not going to work because he doesn't know anything. And so instead of that, I'm just going to share with you real proof and real value of stuff that just worked for me. Now, let me make something clear. I'm not implying that this will work for you, okay? Because everyone is different, and to try and tell you that sales should be done one way is a flat-out lie, and that person in of itself is just stupid, okay? Sales is different from person to person, industry to industry, prospect to prospect. There's so many different variables in sales that there's no one best way to do it, right? Which is why if you go on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, whatever, you'll see guys like Jeremy Miner and Bill Walsh and Cole Gordon and Mike's Chill and all these different guys who all sell different ways, yet all found a way to make a lot of money. And that's because there's not just one best way. Okay, and that's the first thing I want you to understand. So I'm just gonna share with you what's worked for me and some of the stuff that I've learned in closing multi four-figure deals. Okay. Now I guess let me just dive in. I'm not gonna gatekeep anything. I'm not gonna try and sell you a selling course at the end. I probably know a fraction of what these sales gurus do. I've just found some stuff that's worked for me, and my goal is just to share that in hopes that it might inspire you and give you some value you can take and use. So first things first, the number one thing I want to talk about in sales is there's so many things. There is a billion different things you could talk about in sales, like, oh, your setup, your tonality, your verbal cues, your hand gestures, your camera, so much stuff you could talk about. There's so much stuff in sales, but I think there's only a few things that really, really, really pull the lever and give you more leverage than other things. And that's what I want to mention here. And so the first thing right out the gate is this idea of being human. We live in a day and age where everyone hates salesmen. You probably hate salesmen. You probably hate hopping on calls. You probably hate getting pitched. You probably hate getting cold called. You probably hate funnels, right? You probably hate VSLs. You, just as much as me and most people in this world, hate salespeople. And that's because they have a bad reputation. But the main reason why people hate salespeople is because salespeople are so unnatural. They're so just weird. Like literally just fucking weird, right? Like you'll hop on the call and you can tell they're just reading a script, trying to ask you a set of questions to make you say a certain thing they can use as ammunition later to shoot you in the face and be like, haha, buy my thing because you said this, right? Everyone hates it. And so the first thing I've noticed is one of the most important things in sales and allow me to close, my first ever client in this SMMA online marketing, digital advertising space paid me $2.5K, no Zoom call. No Zoom call. I hopped on one 5-minute phone call. He said, hey, what's the price? I said, it's this. Boom. Paid the invoice and away we went. What the fuck? I was a newbie. I didn't have a client, had no results. Right? Why? Because I didn't try and fucking sell him. I didn't hop on and NEPQ the shit out of him. No, I was just a human. And I just told him my story, what I was doing, and he fucked with it and boom, he bought. Now, is that the best way to scale a business? No. But what is the best way is to be human. Okay? The reason, here's the thing, is people buy from people they like. They don't, there's reasons why, if you look at some of the top salesmen, they have a lot of commonalities. They're typically very charismatic. They're typically very genuine and pretty handsome and pretty well-spoken, a lot of these other things. Right? That's because people buy from people they like. That's why you don't see fat, obese dickheads as good salesmen, because people don't like those guys, and therefore no one buys from them. Okay? So people buy from people they like. It's huge. And if you want somebody like you more, stop trying to act like someone you're not. Stop trying to act like a robot. Stop trying to sell a way that's not meant for you to sell. There's so many different ways to sell. I'm someone who's very hyper. I'm very fucking passionate and excited and thorough and a lot more hands-on with my sale because I really care about my prospects, and that's the way I sell. Right? I know there's other people who think, Stefan, you're an idiot. Why the fuck, you gotta, calm down. You're not gonna talk as much. You gotta be, you gotta keep your energy down because people are gonna, get sales resistance. And I understand there's a time and place where, if you're screaming at your prospect all hype, they're not gonna, that's gonna sit weird with them. But this is who I am. And so why would I try and cover myself up and be someone else? No, people buy from people they like, so be a human. Ditch the fucking script. If you learn sales at its core and you learn sales psychology and philosophy and the fundamentals, the first principles of sales, you'll never need a script again because you'll know what sales is and you'll know what gets someone to buy. And when you know that internally, you don't need to read a script because you already know what questions you need to ask. Okay? So that's the first thing. Is just be damn human, bro. Be a human. Stop trying to act like some whatever, like some Greek god, methodical, philanthropist. Just be a human and be you. Right? And if you're excited like me, embrace that, right? If you swear, if you slang, use that shit, dude. Be you. People buy from people they like. Right? And so what, you're gonna try and sell someone on someone you're not, and then no, it doesn't work like that. Okay? Become someone people like. And a good way to do that is also to match prospects. right? That's another thing. Like there's matching their body language, their posture, their tonality, their cadence of speaking. There's a lot of things they can match. But if people buy from people they like, and typically people like people that are like them. Say it again. I said it fast. People buy from people they like, and people typically like people that are like them. So if you kind of match them, they kind of like that. Okay. But the biggest thing is to be human. And when I say that, I'm sure in your mind you probably get some ideas of already like, oh wow, I probably shouldn't ask this. I probably shouldn't have the script. I probably shouldn't do this. Like, fuck your stupid PowerPoint. Well, actually, that brings me to my next thing. Is literally the best way to sell anybody anything is with two things. It's with confidence and proof. If you have confidence and proof, you could sell anything to anybody for any price, anytime, anywhere, anyhow. Confidence and proof. Okay? Proof would be like, for example, you hop on the call, instead of having to go through a stupid sales process, being like, hey, here's the deal. I'm not going to bring you through a stupid set of questions. Granted, people buy off emotions. You still have to get them emotional. But we get them emotional by telling them stories and showing them proof of people making money to make them like, damn, that's like me. To get them in that emotional thing. So it does the same thing as these questions would. It just does it in a better way. Okay? So you can hop on the call like, listen, man, I'm not going to sit here and ask you some stupid questions and ask what you would do if your family turned blue and you lost your business tomorrow and you need to restart. I'm not going to do that shit. I'm sure you hate people that do that just as much as I do. Okay? My goal in this call, just learn a bit about your business, answer any questions you might have, and then share with you what we're doing. I'm literally going to share with you what your competitors are doing, what we're doing for some of our guys, and what I think you should do and give you some value. You can run with it all you want. Okay, that's the goal for this call. And then on that call, now it opens up the door for conversation because you're like, wow, this guy's different. This guy's normal. This guy's human, right? So they feel like they can open up to you, which actually allows them to talk more. And then what you do is when it comes time to the pitch, ditch your presentations, ditch your mirror boards, ditch all this bullshit, and just screen share proof. Literally be like, hey man, based on what you said, boom, 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 boom. Like I really do think we can help, and I think we can crush it. And so I just kind of want to share like what we're doing for some of our guys, so we can give you a bit of an inside look into what we do for you, right? And even share with you right now some of the things I would do if I were you. Because like, let's say if you're doing SEO, right? You're doing match phrases, but match phrases don't work, and it's why you're not getting results. We do exact phrases, and they'll kind of show you how it works and why it works as well, and how you can do it too. Cool. Share your screen. Literally pull up your screen share and just start showing the ad account. Here's the ads, here's this, here's that. And this is also a really good time to differentiate yourself, because a lot of people do is when they try and pitch, they just pitch the same way everyone else does. Like, oh yeah, here's our pitch, whoopity-doopity-doo, we run ads. No, if you run ads, you know damn well that everyone else is pitching them ads. And so what you do is show them why you're different. In your pitch, it's your time to highlight why you're different. And so instead of showing ads, be like, yeah man, listen, here's the ads. I'm sure you've seen this 1,000 times. Everyone pitches you ads. Truth be told, my grandma could run ads. Even if both my hands got cut off, I could run good ads for you. That's easy. And anyone trying to say you just ads is an idiot. Where the real money is made, like you and I both know, is in the follow-up, in the nurture, in the indoctrination. That's where the money is made. And so let me actually show you what we do for that. Right? And you pull up your goal level account, you show them A, B, C, D, boom, we have this framework. And here, like here's one of our clients. Look at the conversations he has. Here's his pipeline. Here's the follow-up sequences. Here's the setters we place in his business, calling all the people. Here's the follow-up. Here's the indoctrination sequence. Here's the long-term nurture people that no-show. Here's the rebooking sequence. Here's this. Here's that. Right? Now, granted, I'm showing you all this, but dude, I take care of all this stuff. All you gotta do is pick up the phone, show up on job site. Can you do that for me? Of course you can. That's why you're in business as it is. Okay? So let me take care of this stuff. Okay? Here's the proof. You've seen it. Right? Want me to show you some more accounts? Pull up some more accounts. Here's this guy. Here's that guy. Here's this guy. And show them people that are like them and tell them stories. This guy was like you. He was broke. He was scared. He didn't know what to do. He decided to take a chance. Look at his account now. Making 100K a month. Boom, boom. Show them the proof and talk with this confidence. You'll hear me saying it now. Right? You can hear it in my tonality how confident I sound. Right? Look at this guy. Look at the account. Right? Here's the conversations. Here's the dashboard. Here's the pipeline. Here's the landing page. Here's the funnel. Here's the match phrases we use. Here's the exact phrases we use. Here's the SEO stuff. Right? Here's all this stuff. This is why we're the best. It's because we don't just take care of the front end. We don't just take care of the ads. Anyone can do that. We take care of it full circle to make sure when someone enters the pipeline by the time they leave, they have no option but to buy. And that's what we take care of. So that's what we do. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah. All right, cool. Do you have any other questions? No. Boom. Pitch them, and away you go. Okay? And if you do it right, and you show them the proof, because the biggest thing in sales is just a transference of beliefs over a bridge of trust. Like that's all it is. It's just getting somebody to believe and then make a decision. And people don't make a decision when they're uncertain. They don't. They make a decision when they're certain. And so if you want people to make decisions with you, you have to be certain in yourself and in your product. Right? And we do that with proof and confidence. If you could talk with this conviction, with this passion, with this energy, it doesn't have to be this energy, but if you can just talk with this conviction and confidence, people will believe what you say. They're like, holy shit. Like right now, I could be capping out of my ass and you'd still believe me. Why? Because the way I'm delivering the message. Right? So all this could be a lie. It's not. Okay, but it could have been. As a matter of fact, I even watched a guy once. He was talking about how people mentioned, cigarettes are bad for you. But what most people don't even know is that Snickers bars, like the Snickers chocolate bars, kills more people per year than cigarettes do. And he went on, he showed the data. He's like 72% of adults eat Snickers, and this is how many people die a year, and this and this and this. And at the end of like the 5-minute thing, he was like, all that was a lie, but who believed me? And everyone put their hand up. He said, that's the importance of conviction. Everything I said was a flat out lie, but the way I delivered the message made you believe me. And so that's the point. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. Okay? So once again, the most important thing in sales, in selling people, is conviction. It's you just being like, yeah, my shit is good. Which comes, it's undeniable, you don't just fake this stuff, which comes from having a good product and getting results. So if you don't have that, decrease your prices, decrease the friction, decrease any problem you have with people buying right now, and get people to buy and use your product. And when people buy and use your product, then you can get feedback, then you can iterate and go from there. Okay, and then you can scale and do all the fun stuff. Okay, but the important thing is you need to get people using it so you can get proof. And once you have proof, you now have conviction, you now have confidence when you talk to people. Dude, you're almost happy when people don't buy because it's less work for you, right? That's the point I've got in my business where I like when people hop on calls. Honestly, when someone is like unqualified and I don't pitch them, I'm like, damn, I'm so happy that I don't have to take another person up. Not that I don't help people, but it's like I have so many people that I already get to help that it's not a big deal if I can't pitch someone or can't help them. Okay, and I feel like my product and service is so damn good that when someone pays me, I don't even get that excited anymore because I know that the person paying me is getting the better end of the deal. I know that I'm giving them way more value than they could ever pay me in a lifetime of working with me. And so I feel like when someone works with me, I feel like they're getting the better end of the deal, which makes it so easy to sell. So I just have so much confidence that, dude, if you work with me, we're going to crush it. Like, it's just going to be so easy, right? If you're the right person, once again, I turn most people down. But if you're the right person, I make you the offer, dude, like, I know we're going to crush it. That's the only reason why I want to work with you. Because I only want to work with people that I know I can get results. Because I don't want to work with headache clients. It makes my life worse. It makes me stressed out. People message me 24/7 at 2 a.m. and start screaming at me. Dude, like, I don't want to work with clients who are a pain in the ass. So I only take on people I know will be a good fit and will actually get results. Because if we get results, we're going to be on good terms. Okay? So anyways, back to the whole selling thing. Most important thing is just that confidence, right? Because if you can just show people, like, dude, like, look at the proof. Here's what it is. And once again, sales is a transference of beliefs over a bridge of trust. All you gotta do is make them believe. And people believe by telling them stories and showing them proof. Show them proof, tell them stories. Show them proof, tell them stories. Show them proof, tell them stories. It's the best way to make anyone believe. Is show them proof, tell them stories. Show them proof, tell them stories. That's it. That's how you get someone to believe. And when someone believes, and it's the thing that they need, which you should only be selling people that already need your thing in the first place or that already want it, right? It's a no-brainer now. Because you've now made them believe with all the stories, with all the proof. And with your confidence, with that conviction in your tonality, they're not like, damn, like, this just must work. Like, this just must work. Let me try this, right? And then boom, they join. It's that simple. It is. Like, I'm not like, it actually is that simple. And granted, it's not easy because this isn't something you pick up overnight, right? And most of you don't even have good enough results in the first place. But once you get this down, it just becomes simple. There's not this huge stupid framework. It's not a huge script you got to read. It's very simple selling. And one of the things I think people forget about is that you can be direct in sales. Like, especially with the higher quality prospect you work with, the more direct you want to be because they value their time more than anyone else. And so they don't want to be dicking around, right? So they actually respect this brutal honesty and, this sort of swagger of like, hey, we're the best at what we do, and I'm just going to prove that to you, and then we can go from there. And if you want to work with us, great. And if you don't, well, that's your loss, right? But I'm not going to try and force you onto anything because I don't need you, right? And that's why the rich get richer, right? The winners win, the losers lose, is because the winners are the ones that are making money, and therefore they're the ones that don't need to close clients, and therefore they can have this swagger of, I don't give a fuck. I don't need you. I don't. My product is the best. If you don't want it, that sucks to be you, right? I'm going to say that you should do well. You should do well by your clients and try and help them. But if you can, then so be it, right? And if they don't want to help themselves, there's limited things you can do, okay? But I think like the big thing I just want to hammer down here is that selling really can be that easy and can be that simple, granted if you have the right prerequisites, right? Which means that you are somewhat charismatic. You are not reading off a script. You're just trying to be yourself. You have a good product. You have good conviction. You have a lot of belief in yourself and in your service and what you do, and you portray that and you present that to the prospect. And if you can do that, like, I can promise you selling will become so much easier Because now instead of having to try and use scammy tactics that feel weird for you to say and that also feel weird for the prospect when you say it, you can literally just go in there with this swagger of like, dude, we're the best. I'm just going to prove it to you, and then we can go from there. And therefore, your sales become a lot more fun, right? It's not as pressure. You have this like don't care mentality, and you're kind of detached from the outcome, and it becomes a lot easier as a result. So that's two of the, or I guess three of the main things that have really, really transformed my sales, and I think have been the biggest reason as to why I was able to close multi-4-figure deals for my agency way back when I was even a beginner, right? Like even before I had the crazy results and stuff, was just through these few very, very, very simple principles. I think nowadays we live in an age where there's so many sales people trying to learn sales that are like watching online trying to pretend to be someone they're not, that people are sick of it. People are sick of people trying to pretend to be a certain way and ask them all these stupid questions that they don't even know why they're asking. Like I even hopped on a call with a sales guy once. He asked me a question. I said, why did you ask that? I said, why did you ask me that question? And he was like, well, I just want to know. I'm like, yo, why do you want to know? What does that have to do with our conversation? And he's like, at the end, he's like, I don't know. I was like, so how the fuck are you asking me questions you don't even know why you're asking them? And that's why people get so mad. Because people start asking questions, don't even know why they're asking. And the prospect gets annoyed, right? Because they're like, well, why are you asking me this shit? Like, fuck off. Like, I don't want to talk about this stuff. Because a lot of people don't understand sales. And therefore, they don't close any sales because they don't understand sales in the first place. And they just try and copy someone else that's making money and copy their script and think that the script is the end all be all. Right? I bet you 99% of people didn't even click on this video, and of the 1% that did, I bet you 99% of those people clicked off the video in the first 2 minutes because there was no script. There was no step-by-step framework. But you got to understand that that's not a thing. Like, anyone trying to tell you, oh, here's a step-by-step framework for closing more sales calls is just lying to you. Like, flat out lying to you. Like, there's no, like, oh, copy this framework exactly and you'll be the best. No. Like, that's just bullshit. It's complete and utter baloney. And so any sales group trying to be like, hey, just all you have to do is just copy this checklist and just ask these questions, you'll make the sale every time, is an idiot. Because that's just not true. And so I don't know why so many people are going out there trying to find that in the first place, trying to find the script, thinking that the magic is in the script. No, the magic is in the understanding and applying. That's where the magic is. When you understand that, right, then you can apply it, and make a lot of money. Okay? So, yeah, like, sales can be easy. It takes time for sure, and it takes a bit of learning, right? And so I see a lot of people, and they wonder why they close no deals. I'm like, dude, you're fat, you're ugly, you sound like a retard, and you can't even explain your service. Like, I remember one time, I closed like maybe like a $3K deal, like $3K per month cash collected. And the only reason why I closed the guy hopped on the call. He's like, Stefan, I don't want to fucking go through a typical sales process. I just want to know what you would do if you were me, and I want you to show me proof that you know what you're talking about, and if you can show me, I'll buy. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, who does this guy think he's running the call? And I was like, whoa, who do I think I am running the fucking call? This guy makes 50 times more money than me, who was like a big guy in the coaching space. And so I said, fuck it, and I just showed him. I was like, hey, man, you know what? You're right. I probably know fuck all about sales compared to you. He was actually in the sales coaching space. And so let me just show you what I know. I showed him every little thing. I showed him what I would do differently if I were him. I explained to him why. I gave him some strategies. I gave him some value. I kind of explained some things to him, almost like a lecture, kind of like a bit of like a lesson, right? And then he goes, okay, send me the invoice. Paid it right then and there, and we got started. Because he saw that I knew what I was talking about. He saw that I understood, right? And the second he saw that, he believed that I was going to get the results, and boom, we paid. Simple as that. But granted, not your typical sales process. Really not your typical sales process, right? Most people would be like, what the fuck? Like, why is this guy challenging me? My ego is way too high. No one will ever tell me what to do on a sales call. If they don't answer my questions, fuck them. Instead of having that, I was like, you know what? Fine, let me show the guy. Let me just show him what I'm about. Boom, showed him the results I'd gotten, okay? Showed him what I would do if I were him, gave him some value, critiqued him, and showed him that I knew what I was about. Showed him I knew what I was talking about. I showed him that I could not only talk the talk, but I could also walk the walk. And when he saw that I could walk the walk, he paid. Because that's all he needed was that belief. And once he saw that, away we went, got the invoice cleared, and we started partnering together. And that was kind of like a realization, like, damn, maybe you don't even have to ask all these stupid questions all the time. Granted, there's times for that because you need to get people, you need to get people to take action. That guy was already ready to buy contingent. He thought it was going to work. Other people are not ready to buy. And they don't even think it's going to work. It's a way bigger process you have to go through, and you have to ask certain questions and go down certain word tracks to put them in a position where they're ready to buy and actually make a decision and go forward, right? We get that, okay? But I'm just saying this particular guy was already in that state. He just needed to believe. And so once he saw it, he bought. Just once again, that's all he cared about. So I just want to see that it works. I showed him that. He was like, damn, you know your stuff, right? I wasn't just like capping. I showed him like, hey man, like I'm the best. Like a lot of people say this, oh, I'm the best. When I say that to my prospects, I genuinely know I'm the best. Like even now, people hop on calls with me. I'm like, dude, I know I'm the best. Like I know I'm the best guy for you. And I don't say it to everyone because I'm not the best for everyone. But for particular individuals, I'll talk to them like, dude, I know I'm the best thing for you. And I know that if we work together, we will absolutely crush it. And scaling the agency past, 10, 20K a month won't even be an issue. Okay, it'll take some hard work, I'll admit. Okay, but I know we can do that for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. Right, and I also know that I'm the best guy to do that. And when you have this undeniable conviction, people are just like, they just like have no other choice but to believe. Because like, how the fuck is this guy so convicted? Like, how does he believe? And this is one thing I've learned from mentoring over the past year or so, heavily, is that even consulting bigger companies, even multi-6 and 7-figure companies, is that one of the biggest things when it comes to not even just mentoring but sales is believing in the person more than they believe in themselves. And so one of the things I actively do now as a mentor is try and make sure that I believe in my prospect's success more than they believe in their own success. Because when they have someone in their corner constantly pulling them up, patting them on the back, and just like cheering them on, they're so much more likely to actually see success. And you could see this as little kids, right? If you look at the family that supports a little kid and tries to get them to become better at a sport versus the ones that don't, you can literally see who's good and who isn't, and the direct correlation to their life, their life at home with their family, right? And their support network. It's absolutely crazy how big of a difference that makes. And having something in your corner, how much, even like going out to the bar at night, if you're by yourself or even going to the gym, like you feel like you're like, oh fuck, I get fucked up right now. But the second you're with one of your boys, or 2 or 3 or 4, the more boys you have, the more convicted you feel you can beat anyone up, right? Because you have people in your corner. And it's the same in business and in mentoring and in sales, is if that person feels like you're on their team and that you're there and you believe in them more than they believe you, right? Granted, they still have to believe in themselves, but if you can help them believe in themselves by showing them how much you believe in them, they're way more likely to buy. And in the mentoring space, they're way more likely to succeed because they're like, damn, like, wow, this guy has so much faith in me. Like he must know something I don't. And therefore they start to subconsciously believe in themselves. Okay. Here's the deal. I got to get running. It's a Sunday afternoon and I got to get back home real quick. Spend some time with my family this weekend and my girlfriend. A lot of fun. It's like a vlog now, like a vlog. And if anyone's here at this moment in time, comment vlog down below, just so I know that you're here, and that would be super cool. Anyways, that being said, I'm going to skedaddle out of here. I hope that you got some value from this, and the information you got was worth the time you spent, and that you can apply this once again. Understand, apply. So hopefully you understood what I was talking about, and now you can go apply it so you can make more money and help more people out, because that is the only goal in business, is help people out. We're not here to scam. We're not here to steal money. We're not here to make money. We're here to help. And as a result of helping, you get paid good. Okay? Adios, amigos. Talk to you later, alligator in a wild crocodile. Adios, Gyarados. Talk to you soon, raccoon.